Hey everybody, welcome to part 5 of the Hyrule Warriors playthrough. My name is Chris.
My name is Trey.
We are the console freaks, and in the last part, Sia decided that she was done with our crap.
And as well as with her shirt.
Yeah, and as well as with all of sense of decency and clothing. And now we are in the era of Ocarina of Time.
Impa began her search
because we have to seal the 3 gates that she opened up. The portals.
And set out for the ominous peak.
Fun fact. Trey, you've heard of the Hyrule Historia, correct? The book that came out that summarizes the Zelda chronology.
Yes.
In the Hyrule Historia, the timeline, that's the word I was looking for, splits apart into three branches. It splits apart because of the result of Ocarina of Time.
Mm-hmm.
In this game, and this was actually something that I didn't notice until later on, but I can really appreciate. When you think about the timeline and you think about how people or Nintendo would go about allowing a game like this to be created. By the way, this is the part where Impa is just sitting there completely questioning Sheik entirely.
Yeah. She's like, who's the leader?
You?
I swear to God, you get this wrong, I will cut your head off.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
There are no timeline... What's the word I'm looking for? Discrepancies in this game. If you look on the official timeline for the Hyrule Historia, the games that are part of the what is generally considered the quote-unquote canon branch, where everything comes out of, includes Twilight Princess, Ocarina of Time, and Skyward Sword. It also includes, but this is more of a little bit of a nitpick with the DLC, it also includes the Majora's Mask, which was recently released as DLC. So every character that is in this game is from the same timeline. When I actually started thinking about it, I was kind of worried because the thought came up in the form of, did they screw this up? Like, is there any discrepancy? They spent all this time, coming out with this huge, thick book describing the timeline and are increasingly getting pretentious about the timeline.
Yeah.
So, did they screw that up? Did the writers in the game not take that into consideration? But they did, and that was something that stuck out at me as they really did take the time to make this right. Mm-hmm. This particular mission, okay, you can do it very quickly. I should say very quickly. You can do it in a simple form. I took the least simple path. And just spent my entire time screwing around. Because, I could have done this mission in probably 10 minutes if I had chosen. Because of that. Also, another thing. I keep mentioning the level that I'm at. It actually is more to do, the ease that I'm doing these missions with has more to do with the badges that I've equipped to my character.
What are badges?
Badges essentially are upgrades.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like how you had that upgrade tree in Watch Dogs.
Yep.
As you go around collecting materials, you can upgrade your warrior. Usually, it can be stuff from these power-ups, how long the power-ups last to your items. It can be like upgrading your combos to be stronger combos. It can upgrade how much damage you do to enemies that are guarding, or how much it's just a bunch of different stuff. It's just general upgrade stuff.
Yeah.
But the fact is that if you do not take the time and upgrade your characters, this can be a painfully difficult game.
Yeah.
Because your default moveset is not going to get the job done. Usually you have to spend a little bit of time grinding for materials, and that's a problem that I'm having right now, is that I'd like to... I've spent a lot of time painstakingly trying to get every character equipped, at least well enough equipped, that if I want to use them in a certain scenario, I can just use them. I don't have to worry about, well, this person's not maxed out, or this person's not strong enough, or, you know, I want to have at least everybody capable.
Yeah.
But that's been painstakingly hard.
Now, earlier, I'm not sure if we've already seen this or not, the manhandler stalk-looking things, but they wasn't the manhandler stalks. It was spewing out this purple poison.
Oh yes, the Deku Babas. We mentioned that in where we found Lana, because that's you have to kill him with the bow.
Yep.
Yes, you forgot, because we haven't recorded it in a little while. This is Darunia. We remember him from Ocarina of Time.
And you and your fire hammer.
This fight right here is another thing that happens frequently. You get an enemy that shows up, and you fight him, and you think, okay, this is a regular boss fight, right?
Yep.
And then he disappears after you kill him. I beat him. Good for me. And then he shows up again. You fight him again.
Wait a second.
He's like, oh, okay. And he disappears. And then he shows up again.
It keeps coming back. I've already defeated you 3 times. Have you not learned?
Worst defender of this is one of the missions you have to play as Ganondorf. You fight Link and Zelda, and it's the same thing. You kill them, and then they come back. You kill them, and then they come back. And it's just that it's that over and over again, and I'm sitting there thinking, gee, this is dumb.
Like, you kill the character and they come back in the same mission?
Yes.
Wow. What the heck?
Yep. You'll see. I just beat Darunia. He disappears. Temporarily retreated.
Chief's Grr, he got away. That's it.
A lot of the length to some of these missions, like you'll see that this mission and the last mission were kind of longer.
Yeah.
I dawdle a lot because I want to get, like, I want to show off some of the golden Skulltulas, which I had mentioned before. And there's a lot of stuff like that, like heart containers and heart pieces, which you get from, or which you can get from capturing keeps, certain keeps.
Yeah.
I'm kind of trying to go out of my way and do that whenever possible. Later in this game, it just does not give you a chance. It really doesn't. Like, you have to be pretty dang high level to get in there and do what you gotta do. And be able to still have enough time and have enough, breathing room to go about and do other things. Mm-hmm. It is first recognizable when you get to the Twilight Princess area, which it should be said, at this point in time where you split off into different eras, you can actually do that in any order you choose.
Okay.
Like, I just started from the top and went down. I started at the Ocarina of Time, I go to Twilight Princess next, and then I go to Skulltulas. But you can do them in any order, because it branches off into 3 paths.
Okay.
But just in general, at this particular point in time, we're back to fighting Darunia. If you, at the very least, I can give them this. Every time he comes back, he has a different move. Like, it's like he goes back to level up. and then he comes back and has a new attack.
So as a way to defeat some of your minions. Comes back 5 levels.
Oh,
higher.
look, a gold Skulltula, and I'm right close to it.
Oh, so does it not actually point it out like where it's at? You just have to find it.
It's in that, like, you see the spider web?
Yep.
It's in that area somewhere.
Oh,
So you do have to find it, but it at least points you in the general.
how hard are they? How hard are they hard to find? How hard are they find? You know what I'm
That
trying
was
to
a
say?
fantastic stuff.
Pretty sure you know what I'm trying to say.
As far as the difficulty of getting all the gold Skulltulas, they're not really hard to find because usually, like, they're hidden under rocks or in, like, really conspicuous areas.
Oh, yep.
Like, and also you get a clue as to where they are because as you get close to them, the music will die off and you'll just hear their movement sound, the scratching.
Oh, yeah.
Which, you know, if you've ever played Ocarina of Time, that's how you can recognize when Skulltulas are around in that game too.
So what exactly is Skulltula?
It's a skull on a tarantula. It's a skull spider. That's all it is.
What makes them special, or is it just 'cause
Like Skulltulas in general, or gold Skulltulas?
both?
Nothing as far as the Skulltula is concerned. They're just enemies. The gold Skulltulas, they give you, in Ocarina of Time, they can be used to get certain upgrades.
Gotcha.
In this game, they can be used to get artwork and upgrade your apothecary,
Okay, cool.
if I remember correctly.
Akubaba.
See, with this shows up, at this particular point in time, unless you did the Twilight Princess stuff beforehand, you wouldn't actually be able to get this.
Ooh.
Because you have to have the hook shot. And if you don't have the hook shot, you're screwed.
There's no way of you getting it there.
Yep.
Huh.
Personally, I think the hook shot was implemented better than any of the other weapons in this game. And that's just in my personal opinion because, like, you fight several flying enemies, and it's really good against flying enemies because obviously it's the boss weakness against, which I'm not going to mention just yet. Not at that part. Save it for later. But you can also use it against Aerialphos and anything that's in the air flying.
Yeah.
And
the flying enemies in this can get really annoying every once in a while.
yeah, if you can't time it right.
Yeah.
I don't even remember where I was going or why. Oh yeah, I was going to capture a keep.
I have to get all of the keeps before the mission. You have to do
I
it.
screw myself in the foot by doing this.
by getting
by
all the
running
keeps.
by running around like this.
Oh, yeah.
I really stab myself in the foot. It just isn't even funny at this point because at this point Darunia's back on the march. If he gets to he's going for your allied base, which if that falls, immediate defeat.
It's automatically over.
Yeah.
So what exactly is the objective for this mission that you're doing right here?
Defeat Darunia
Okay.
for good. This is not the time we're going to defeat him. I promise you that.
He'll be right back. Bye. And it's still out. It's like, nah, you're not gonna get rid of me that easy.
Yep.
But oh no, a bow. My weak.
At least they go down with only one attack.
Yeah.
Like, it may be an arrow, which is kind of obnoxious to time up. But at least it only takes one arrow.
Now, does the targeting system, like, even if you don't target it on purpose, does it automatically just shoot the Dekobaba?
No, it shoots in the direction you're facing.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
That
if
makes
you're
more
not
sense.
locked onto a target, it just shoots in the direction you're facing.
Okay.
Yeah,
That makes
actually, even if you are locked onto a target, it shoots in the direction of the target. Which
Okay.
means that, like, the BMOS, you can't lock onto a BMOS, which really sucks. So, problem number one, if you're in a group and you're fighting, say, Dark Nuts or any character boss, and there's a Beamos nearby, you kind of have a hard time trying to kill him because you can't get a hit in. But the way around that is just to line it, which is, kind of painful. You do what you gotta do.
Now, was this the focus thing that you were talking about
this
before?
Focus Spirit. This is Impa's. Everybody kind of has it. Everybody has one. It operates the same way. It just looks slightly different. The attacks are a little bit different.
Yeah. That actually looked pretty cool. Whenever we went in slow motion, she was taking the sword out. That looked amazing.
Personally, I don't like Sheik's giant sword fighting style.
Yeah.
I just don't. It's not a fun play style. It's more... It feels like your attacks are very stiff.
Yeah. Like I like
which in this game is extremely noticeable because you have such smooth, free-flowing combat. And then all of a sudden, all your attack flow is almost grinded to a halt.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't feel very good. Her Naginata style is a little bit better. The only reason I was actually using the sword style here was because I wanted to. It was part of the style that does the most damage.
Yep.
You get a boost from it. But push comes to shove, I would rather use the Naginata. It feels better to use. Your flow is a lot better. And it looks cool.
Yeah. I think so too. I like the way she runs with it. Just the way she's holding it looks really cool.
The Naginata or this?
Yeah, Naginata.
So you've played a little bit of this, right?
Yep.
What is your favorite character?
I like using Volga and Impa. I like using Impa's... Well, I like using Link too, but I'd rather use either Volga or Impa. I like using Impa's Naginata though. Like you.
Is that it? You done saying? You kind of cut off mid-sentence.
Yeah.
I'll let you finish. I'm not Kanye West. I will let you finish.
Beyonce has the best video game of all time.
Yeah, I'll let you finish in a moment. But Beyonce has the best Hyrule Warriors ever.
But I think I haven't really played a lot of the other. The only people I've really played was Volga, Impa, Link, Young Link. I don't think I've played Lana a couple times. And who else? Ganondorf?
I think you played as Ganondorf before.
Yep, I played as him once. And so far, my favorite, like I said, was Impa and Volga.
I think the only people that I haven't really played as, I haven't played as Agatha.
Yep.
And I haven't played as Wizard.
Yep.
Everybody else I've at least tried.
I kind of want to try Girahim too, though.
Girahim's he's a little bit tricky to get used to.
Yep.
My favorites to play as, Young Link, Tingle, believe it or not.
Yeah, I remember you saying he was like a joke character, but he's actually pretty strong.
He is, you wouldn't think it, but he does have quite a good attack strength. And he does have good area attacks. And I actually only have him at a relatively low level in comparison to other characters. But he still, holds his own. He's pretty broken himself.
I really want to. Do you use him at all during this?
No, because he's not part of the mainstream.
Okay.
I don't use... because I haven't decided if I get to the DLC, I don't think I'm getting... I don't think I'm playing any of the DLC characters, like because you can't play them during the story mode. If I do the DLC story, then I'll at least show off Sia and Volga and Israel.
Yeah, I forgot that you said that Volga was the DLC character.
Yep.
You can't normally play as him. Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I remember hearing that the characters were free, but the story mode you actually have to pay for. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't remember. All I know is that you get them when you order the Heroes of Hyrule pack. So I had them from the beginning because I got that before I even started the game.
So have you played? Yeah, Dix, I know you played through this once before, but have you played through any of the DLC parts yet?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
I haven't finished it, but that's only because I don't like playing as Sia.
Yeah.
I'm just like, she's too slow for my, like, it's kind of the same problem that I have with Impa and the Giant's Knife. She's not a bad character. She has a pretty good damage output, comparatively speaking, but she's just so slow with her attacks. All of her attacks are easily blocked and telegraphed, which when you get later into the game with higher level enemies, they start doing that so often. It's a chore to beat certain enemies.
Yeah.
But I just don't like playing as her. There's certain parts where you play as Volga and certain parts where you play as Witcher. I have yet to play as Witcher because anytime the choice is made, I just choose that.
Now the one I thought was kind of weird was one that can become a sword. I forgot her name though. Huh?
Fi?
Yes.
Oh my god, I hate playing as Fi. Absolutely. So far, like, there's a couple characters that I haven't played as. So far, Fi is my least favorite character that I haven't played as.
Yeah. Is he dead now?
Yep, it's done. Mission
Finally dead?
Mission complete.
There's no more red on the map?
No more red.
You got a little bit of red on your map.
Shut up, Trey. Nobody wants to hear you.
I'm sorry. I'll just quit.
But anyways.
This is the last episode you guys are going to see me on.
Yep, Trey's going to be dead. I'm surprised you came back from when Devin took your spot.
He never took my spot. He was just a temporary replacement. You can't fire me.
I don't even know how you got past security.
What security?
And then Rudo. Suddenly Rudo.
Rudo.
The other character that... I don't really like her playing style either. Just, she's not that... Like, she doesn't do that much damage, and that... So, therefore, it takes a long time to get through, like, even simple stuff.
Yeah.
Which there are certain characters that are just like that. They just don't do as much damage as others. But I'd have to say Young Link's my favorite so far. Or one of my favorites.
Oh.
With Link and Volga in there too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the end of this part. We'll see you guys next time with the next part.
Look at the rupees. Look at the rupees.